Hey guys, today we're going to talk about why couples counseling doesn't work. Hey, I am Jeremy Roadruck, your strong marriage and amazing kids guy. Today we're talking about why couples counseling, marriage counseling, couples therapy, couples coaching, why doesn't that work? And instead of giving you the big huge laundry list, I'm going to break it down to just two things. If this works for you, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications so that you can get updates every Wednesday when we go with more content. All right, guys, so here's the deal. Marriage counseling, marriage therapy, couples coaching, all the labels. You and your partner, you're getting an outside person to help you figure out what's going on. And it doesn't work because of two main reasons. Number one is one or both partners end up in a pattern of kvetching at each other, and they're pointing the finger, and it ends up being a blame session of all the things you've done, and you didn't do this, and you didn't validate me, and you don't care about my mother, and there's just one or both partners just complaining about what's gone wrong and looking for validation, looking for apologies. But a lot of times what happens is when someone starts to attack you, you attack them back, and then everything escalates and it just gets fugly. And worse, you get the counselor agreeing with one or the other of you, and now it feels like a 2 against 1. Why even bother? So that's the first problem. The second problem is almost always when it comes to coaching, counseling, therapy with couples, one of them wants it more than the other. And so you've got one partner pushing to try, and we've got to save our marriage, we've got to change it, we've got to make it better, we've got to get it back like how it used to be. And as you go into that pattern, it's really easy for one partner, no, everything is fine. This is just normal. This is what couples do. Your sex drive decreases. You gain weight. You have friction with your family. You argue. It's normal. It's natural. It's healthy to argue and yell and scream and whatever. And so when you've got one partner really trying to push to save the marriage or save the relationship, it's easier for the other partner to be complacent, to just, fine, I'll go, but it's all half-hearted, and they're not really engaged. So you really got to make sure you and your partner are doing this together as a team. Now, complaining about things, pointing out problems, that's easy, but I'm going to give you the secret. All relationship problems, they only break down to one of two things. Number one is expectation, and number two is obligation. I expected you to do X or Y or Z. Remember when you first got together and somebody would do the dishes and it was like, oh, wow, that's so great, thanks. And after a while, it's just kind of, that's normal. And I expect you to, hey, why didn't you do the dishes? That's your job. My job? When did I ever sign up for that? That's not my thing. You need to do some dishes around here. Why am I the one always picking up and cleaning up, and we would live in a pigsty if it wasn't for me? Can you hear the expectation? Can you hear the obligation? You're supposed to, you should. This is what happens. You're a husband now. You're a wife now. That right there is what kills the love and the juiciness in a relationship. It's not that you don't like each other. It's what we call a rules conflict. So when your expectation and when your obligations are in conflict, things get fugly fast. Now, the good news is if you want to make a change, I have simple solutions that make high impact in a very short period of time. No fault, no blame, no guilt, no shame. After 26 years of working with families and kids and couples and individuals, I've figured out the key points of leverage and key points of pivot to save time. And they're always custom solutions. So the first step for us to work together is we get a 15-minute brainstorming session. It's free. Just email me. The information's down below. Or you can find me on Facebook because that's where I'm most active on social media. So if you are struggling, you want your relationship to change, you're worried about the expectation, you're struggling with the obligations, you're not sure if your partner is going to be on board, well, let's talk. Let's see what we can put together to help you make things happen, not in years, not in decades, literally in days, weeks, very rarely months. Most of my clients pivot within 30 to 60 days. Everything has changed, and life and love is so much more fun, and it's juicy and amazing. So, why do couples struggle? Why do they get in difficulty? We covered it. If this made sense, be sure to hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. You make it a fantastic day. Bye.